I want to remove the forks and service them. I have to remove the wheel first. And although the front wheel can come off with the caliper still held by the fork, I'm going to remove it because I'm going to overhaul it anyway. So I'm just going to remove this. Shit, where is it? This little retaining bolt. And there's a nut on the other side. Just a nut. I'll put this back in so I don't lose it. Now I can remove the retaining bolt. Doing up, doing off, coming off. Yeah, it's going to take a bit of torque. Oops, don't tip the bike over. Ah, fuck. Fuck. I think a bit of heat. Nope. I'm fucking up the nut. The head. So I'm going to have to remove the wheel, leave this on the fork, and then when I remove the fork I'll be able to deal with it because I'm going to fuck it up. Alright, so let's remove the axle nut and then the two pinch bolts on both sides. And now with the drift, I should be able to just punch it out. Now something dropped. I'm guessing it's a collar. Yep. It goes in there between the fork and the wheel and the hub, and no such thing on the other side. That's it. Axle, and this should slide off, but it might be gripping the brake pads. Yep, there it comes. I can put this collar back in, the washer and the nut, and put it to one side. At this point I might as well remove the brake hose. There's no fluid in the system, so I remove the brake hose from the master cylinder so that when I remove the fork it stays with the caliper. Yeah. This will be replaced because it's got to be 40-year-old rubber. so I'm not too worried about twisting it and breaking it. Now that didn't work because I had to, it's got a lot of thread in it, so I couldn't twist it enough, so I'll just loosen up the master cylinder and disconnect it, and then I can remove the whole thing. Just going to label those. There's a connector here as well. So I've just taken off those connectors. There's two here and two at the back there, and I labelled them master cylinder right, master cylinder left, right, left, and this one master cylinder top, master cylinder bottom, because they are top and bottom. I could probably trace it with the wiring diagram, but why make your life even harder? And now I can remove the little actuator on the cable, the nipple, and I should be able to remove the nipple from the cable itself. What was that? That was a plunger. A little plunger there, goes inside there, goes there, and that's the actuator plunger. Okay, and now I can remove the cable from the master cylinder. I think I have to unscrew the whole thing. It's getting hard to undo these things there where it stands, so I'm going to try to remove the steel pipe from the caliper, and I should be able to do that. There shouldn't be any fluid in there, but just in case, I've got some paper towels underneath. Yeah, dry as a bone. Oh no, there's a little bit of fluid in there. That means that I can now bring the hose all the way out from under the frame with a little steel pipe, and I can undo this fitting. And now I can undo the adjuster for the brake cable on the other side. And the front fender can come off as well. Right, so I can take off the trims on the top. They unscrew, bang, but it wasn't as easy as that. I had to use some vice grips and a bit of a hammer. There it goes. Okay, and there's a washer. Good. And there's the top nut. Well, I don't know what size that nut is, but it's bigger than 32, so I don't have a socket or a wrench for it. So I put the vice grips on it, and I'll see if I can knock it loose. No, I couldn't, and I didn't want to try too hard, so as not to ruin the nut. So I'm going to measure it up and see what I can conjure up. Yeah, just measured it. It's a 36mm flat to flat. Suppose I could put the pipe wrench on it, but I don't want to damage it, so I might have to bite the bullet and get myself a big socket. Right, I figured that I have to remove the headlight anyway, because the brackets for the headlight form part of the fork tube, I think. So I just undid the big nut on this side that holds the ignition key, and there's a rubber and a little flat crush washer. On the other side there was a little Allen bolt. So there are some cables around the back that are not going to let me just simply do that. I can see that part of that is, I don't know what, anyway, there's some connectors here. So that's okay, I just want it out of the way and not connected to the actual brackets there. So I'll just put this back on. And I'm also going to loosen up the handlebar, because even if I do get a right side socket for this big nut, I won't be able to get it in there with the handlebar in place. There's a handlebar bracket or riser, and there are two 13mm nuts underneath it. And now I can gain access to the little bolt underneath the handlebar riser. Yeah, so I remove those bolts, and now these things can come out. The handlebar can be moved out of the way. Still all the cables attached, and I'm not prepared to start doing that just yet, but I will eventually. But I'll just move that out of the way, and that leaves me free to undo those big nuts on top of the forks. And here they are. They go like this, facing towards the rider, and that's the rear, but it's actually the front, the one that goes more towards the front. It's a longer stud, and it has a washer. The other one's a shorter stud that goes towards the rider, and it doesn't have a washer.